Hey friends, Ari Koinuma here. Thanks again for tuning in. For Deep Thoughts Thursday today, I wanted to consider what it means to be an artist. And I don't know if you consider yourself to be an artist or not, but let me share with you what that means to me and what that's like. Now, before I proceed, I would say that I am aware of how the word artist sounds kind of pretentious, and some of what I might say may feel almost elitist in a way. And that makes me feel uncomfortable. But I just feel like if I don't use the word, I'm also I feel like I'm not really fully owning that and really embracing that either. So I identify with the word with the word artist. I am an artist, and if that rubs you the wrong way, you are absolutely right. In the yes, it rubs me the wrong way in some ways too, but I know this preamble is totally driven by my fear. But that being said, where I am right now, I just feel like I need to say that outright before I get into it in order to make me feel at least a little more comfortable. So there it is. I'm an artist, and this is about what that means. I believe that we are all born creative, every single person. And I've seen it in kids, particular. Just the kids are just brimming with creativity, the desire to make up new things, to make things better, to solve problems. I mean, these are the things that really is essential to our species to survive and to evolve. And if you feel like you're not a creative person, then my heart goes out to you. There's something that happened along the way that made you lose touch with that, and it is in your best interest, my best interest, everybody's best interest that you get in touch with that. It's like really, really, really important. So that being established, I do think that there is a different types of creativity, and for the lack of better words, I am going to sort of classify them into two different groups. One that I call the artists, and the other one I call not artists. And I know those are terrible words, but I'm going to use it for the purpose of this video. The example I can think of is, just like millions of others, I play the guitar, right? We all pick up the guitar, we learn how to play it with the goal of learning to play songs that other people created, and that is a beautiful thing, and that is like be all end all for a lot of us. I would say the vast majority of us are just happy to play the songs that already exist, and that is a creative and beautiful thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. When I pick up the guitar though, my overwhelming, incessant, like all-encompassing desire is to make something new with my guitar. And it perplexed me for a long time. I thought that that's what people would want to do with the guitar, but I realized again that that's not true for most people, and that is perfectly fine. Like, I've seen some great, amazing players, and I keep thinking, oh, I would love to listen to the original music. I am curious to see what they will conjure up. And I wait and I wait and wait and realize that they're not gonna come. They are content being performers, interpreters, teachers, coaches, whatever. They share their gifts. They are great creative people. They're amazing players. Creating the original whatever piece of music is not. It may be a desire in them. I don't know, but it's probably not like overwhelming, like all-encompassing, drive like it is with me. So just again, bear with me for this video. That what I define artists are particular kind of creatives. For them, the desire to create something new, something original, something that's not wasn't there before is just so central and integral to what we do. And I'm sure you can think of examples like this, but for us artists, that is like live or die kind of endeavor. It's just we wither and perish when we can't do this. And I'm sure you can think of, yeah, those who did perish or who did, who died before their time. Somebody like, I know this is kind of cliche example, but Kurt Cobain comes to mind in that he's so brilliant, and he had this, of course, he acted upon his desire to create, and I can kind of see where it got so loaded with people's expectations, right? And it just became a huge burden. And I can totally see somebody sort of desire to sort of push that back and say, no, I'm not like whatever you expect me to be. It's not like this greatest thing that you think of it to be. It's just, I'm just creating because I have to. Right? And having these burdens and expectations loaded on top of that, it's like I can see where it just it can totally, and this is just totally my imagination. I have no idea. I'm just speculating here, but I can see somebody reacting to that and going, "Oh my God, this thing that I do got so loaded that I can't do it anymore. And what do I live for now?" And that might sound dramatic and kind of woe is me kind of thing, but I can kind of see what that might be like. Being creative involves some risk, and that's part of the reason why people lose touch with their creativity, and particularly the kind of creative activity that makes new things out of nothing. Right? You are just acting on faith that you have this vision of something that doesn't exist before, and rightfully nobody else can see what you're seeing, and you are saying, I'm going to expend time and effort, and I might even expend other people's time and resources to create this thing that only exists in my head. That is a high risk, high anxiety kind of endeavor. And a lot, maybe all artists, the compulsive creators that I'm aware of, they all live with certain degrees of fear, and their mental health is kind of precarious. And to make what matters worse, because it's only a smaller subset of human population, and rightfully, I don't blame anybody for this, it's just hard to understand from somebody who doesn't have that need, to be what it's like to be this person who's built to create something new. Like, that's like who we are. So the moral of my story, or the point that I would like to make here, is that if you are a fellow artist like me who has to create new things in order for us to survive, let us be kind and gentle, extra, with ourselves. I think for other people, like challenging oneself and sort of, in some ways, like whipping ourselves into shape kind of attitude to like self-improvement is a good approach, but it's not a right approach for artists who is constantly creating something new and doing risky thing, and us having to do it to survive anyway. um, you know, taking out the whip and sort of making ourselves better and all that stuff. It's really not needed. It's really not applicable. It's just too much. We do that because we have to anyway, right? What we need with artists is just gentle touch. Just be. Artists are sensitive beings anyway. To just be kind and gentle and just, you know, more sort of a affirming type approach. You know, just again, artists tend to be sensitive to criticism also, right? And again, some people you just want to kind of really challenge them and say, come on, go on, you can do better. For artists, it's more like, hey, good job, right? You just showed up another day to do what it is that you do, which is to create. And I understand that creating is a scary thing. And I honor you, I acknowledge you, I, you know, applaud you for showing up and doing that thing you do that is kind of scary. And because, again, rightfully, it is harder for others who are not built this way to understand what that's like, I think we need to stick together and sort of help each other in being kind and gentle and affirming. Yeah, that's what I would like for me and for all other fellow artists. So, I would love to hear what your thoughts are in response to some of the ideas that I conveyed. Maybe resonated with you, maybe offended you. Either way, I would like to hear from you. I think those are totally both very valid responses. And if you feel like you are an artist, if you have the desire to create, obviously I encourage you to honor that. And whether it's worth anything or whatever is really not the matter, right? I mean, we artists just need to create to survive. So create, right? Make something new. It doesn't matter what it turns into. We just need to do it. And if you need help and support, you know, reach out to me, or you know, reach out to others who are like us. There are others who understand what that's like, and creating something new is, like I said, a risky thing, and there is a certain degree of fear, and I think that we need to make friends with that fear. That fear is not going away. But you can learn to live with it. You can learn to do things with the fear, in spite of the fear. And I'm interested in hearing your story and seeing how we can help one another. Okay? Alright. That's all I have for you today. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.